Do you think we need a new intro song?
I dig it. I dig it because it sounds like Friday, but I don't know if that's just by Pavlov association or if it's actually because the song sounds all happy and stuff.
Well, that was the idea. I mean, a sad song
sad
would
Friday?
not have quite as good of a feel about it, right?
It's like, yay, the RTFM show.
It's Friday.
Aren't you guys excited?
It's time to watch those idiots live, I guess.
I mean, yeah. What other song would change it? Because I feel this kind of fills in the broad
John
spectrum.
Cena theme song.
Oh my god.
Oh gosh.
I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't remember.
But then we just gotta wear morph suits, and then CG us out.
We're all just John Cena.
You
sitting
just
three
see
si-
headphones,
three
it's just
seasons.
headphones. Just,
Jay doesn't pay me enough for that. That's a lot of CGI, dude. Gonna have to ask for a little raise or something.
Is there a like I don't remember. Did I not come up with, but did I choose that theme song, or was it like already on here?
I think we were just kind of flipping through like
okay.
easygoing stuff, and then we found it, and we were like, yeah, we'll run with it.
How's the stream look to everyone? To me, it looks like a little bit rate, but I think it's just because I'm in the moderator panel thing. Like, I only see up to 360p, but I think everyone else can see HD because I'm getting a full 5 megabit up, and it looks like everything's good. So I just want to make sure.
Yay.
What?
So today's going to be a bit unstructured. Well, I mean, most of our shows
No,
are
we have
usually
topics. We have
unstructured.
topics. Yours
Yeah.
is probably some space shit.
Ooh.
We're past
Yeah.
7 seconds. We're
Yeah.
good.
Oh, yeah.
oh, okay.
Let me try to improvise a space thing. Wait, I can't think of. I don't know. Artemis 1 was really cool.
Wasn't that like last year?
Yeah, it was like last year. It was on my topics list, but it went so far that like I decided to just kind of put it on the back burner. But yeah, it's a really big rocket. It's cool.
I actually don't know anything about that rocket, to be honest.
It's the one that recently like took the record back from the Saturn V for being the most powerful, but. So it's a really big freaking rocket. Obviously, I mean, you got to have one.
Does
around...
it make the crackle? The
Oh yeah, it's dude.
when
That
it's going?
that launch sounded amazing because like I was telling my friends too that since I feel like our tech for capturing launches has gotten so much better compared to the space shuttle era.
Yeah.
So we'd never heard an SRB like in that clear audio before, and I was like, oh my god, it sounds like it's ripping the sky apart. It's so sick.
It was.
Yeah, and it's 4 shuttle engines instead of 3, so they got a little bit more power in there.
How does that compare to Blue Origin?
The Blue Origin's much smaller now.
Blue Origin's like this, and then
Yeah.
it's like that. Yeah.
Blue Origin only had to make it to like the stratosphere. It
Blue
didn't-
Origin is basically just a really big drop tower. Like that's what
Yeah.
it does. It shoots
Oh, okay.
straight up and then it comes back down. But you get the free fall from the point where it separates, and then you go up to apex and then come back down.
So you have a lot. That's the point at which you're zero gravity.
I think they said it's like a good 3 or 4 minutes or something in complete zero gravity, which would be cool. And then at the top, obviously the view is insane. And the way their capsule is it's vertical, so like the tip is upwards, so the windows are all the way around, so you can literally just see the whole like your whole side of the Earth.
Huh.
Yeah, if you got billions of dollars, you can go ask Jeff Bezos to ride on it. He'll shoot you up there real quick.
Was it? It was Ryan Reynolds that gave up his spot, right?
I think. Yeah, I remember a celebrity or something.
Because I know
giving us-
William Shatner was up there.
Yeah, Shatner was up there for sure. That was
And
pretty
didn't they like break all sorts of FAA rules or something? Like they didn't get approval to do that launch.
cool. Maybe. I think it might have been SpaceX that was kind of trying
No.
to push forward.
SpaceX was trying to get them in trouble. Is that what you're saying?
No. SpaceX's starbase in Texas they're always kind of fighting with the FAA to try to get clearance for their stuff because they're out there YOLOing space. Basically, that's how SpaceX operates. So sometimes it gets into the trouble of the law a little bit.
A little bit.
I could have swore I'd read a thing that was saying that they were in trouble with the FAA or whatever because they didn't like get proper clearance or something, or like it went. I don't know something.
It was that was a SpaceX launch from Starbase in Texas, and then the FAA hadn't cleared the Texas like launch center
Right.
for that kind of launch or something like that. So, but they just did it anyway. I think.
It's always weird to me when you see videos of like SpaceX launches from like Cape Canaveral.
Yeah.
When there's planes flying by and you just see it going up, and I'm like, I wonder what the safe radius is that
Yeah.
they have to have clear of that.
like 30 miles probably.
It was not 30 miles away. Not the video I saw.
Okay, maybe closer.
It was certainly closer.
Oh man.
Because I mean, like at some level, it's like, yeah, you want to have obviously a safety barrier radius, right? But at the same time, you don't want to inconvenience every flight that has to go get to where it is, you know? And so I remember actually a SpaceX launch got aborted because of a boat in the downrange area.
Oh, well, I mean, that's a debris path if something goes wrong.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that makes sense.
Like that's the most protected area.
Like every
obviously,
shuttle disaster we've had, the debris is spread out over states. At least when it's re-entering, like those problems.
Columbia. Recently the anniversary of it just passed, but like I watched Scott Manley's video on explaining, like he went through all the data logs and then re-rendered basically what the orbiter was doing, and it was kind of like, it was really interesting, but also, you know, obviously really sad.
Yeah.
But it was crazy the amount of like stress and stuff that thing did do. It was like tumbling at Mach Jesus, you know, like not much materials can hold up to that. So, but yeah, like they showed the debris map and it was like pretty much across the whole U.S.
Yeah.
Like across 80% of the U.S.
Which is funny because the altitude at which it's re-entering doesn't, like, you can't see the whole U.S. from that altitude.
You can 140,000 feet up.
That's where
it broke up or started to break up. Yeah, it was
crazy that we could even see it then.
It was above like 200K when it first started, and then around 130 was when it really, you know, you saw all the stuff separate.
So what you're saying is that the Earth is flat if you can see that far.
Yeah. Do you imagine you orbit and it goes under the Earth?
Oh no,
it's just blank.
I want to know what's under there. No, it's like when you go under a map in a game, everything's transparent. Yeah. Like you see the players walking around, but there's no floor or anything. No, it's just sky.
It's the transparent PNG checkerboard.
Oh no!
like the one that got you yesterday.
The what now? What got me yesterday?
When you downloaded the transparent PNG and it was just checkerboard.
Every other square was transparent, but it was. I was like, oh, I got.
Yep. The Anakin meme on that one is the funniest. So he's just like, you're transparent JPEG or PNG, aren't you? And then he has the freaking checkerboard.
Mm-hmm.
And like most of the chat's like, what are they talking about?
If you're just joining us, basically we don't have any topics today because it's our Friday before vacation. Phil's taking one of his like rare long vacations. Normally you take like a few days here and there.
Yeah. Yeah, like last time when you were on vacation, I was, I was doing a little bit of work.
So there won't be a show next week, but basically we were like, let's just go off the cuff. Let's just see what random topics come up. Let's see what chat kind of drives us towards. And what I put in the topics, we have a document that we normally have topics and notes and stuff down. And Phil's topic I wrote in there just says probably some space shit.
Jay says stuff.
Mine says stuff. Yeah.
Literally just stuff, not even a period.
I don't even want to say mine because
wait, you really want me to trick you? There.
Oh wait, where am I? What did I just delete? Oops.
Nothing. It's just two periods. That's what I put.
Playing in the Google Doc.
Yeah. Stop. No.
Stop. Stop it.
Wow, he'll really read anything.
That's an outtake that the chat, the video that the chat will never see.
Unfortunately, you guys will never see that. But yes, Jay will read anything on a teleprompter. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, I read before I comprehend. Yeah. It was basically like you guys know the line from Ron Burgundy, right? That's basically the same line they put in there.
It involves telling San Diego to do something.
Go fornicate yourself, Whale's vagina.
Go make love. Yeah.
That's just the translation, I guess.
Yeah.
But no, I was reading this ad script and on the teleprompter, and we rarely use it. It's just one of those like I want to get through this quickly, and it's a lot of info in there, so I'm just going to teleprompt it. And I was just like blah 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 blah. Go F yourself, San Diego. When did you put that in there? Like
the reason I was laughing so hard was because you were like, wait, hold on, I gotta edit a line. So we handed you the phone to like change the script and you somehow scrolled right past it and didn't notice.
I wasn't reading the words. I was just making sure they were in the right orientation in the mirror.
He's like, he changes it and puts the phone back and then reads the line. It was great.
I never saw it.
It was amazing.
So
next topic.
The less swab, the better.
I think it was like 2 or 3 episodes ago when we were talking about your alignment.
Because it took about 2 or 3 episodes worth to get one alignment done.
So Nick went to get an alignment. I said,
it was aligned by that homeless, like cross-eyed guy from what was that movie? 40? No.
I don't remember.
Dang, Big Daddy? I think it was Big Daddy. That sounds so wrong, right?
Yeah.
Big Daddy. It was something like that. I don't remember. I can't remember the Adam Sandler movie. It was the
wait.
Peanut butter and gumballs.
I can't remember. Chat probably knows. Chat probably knows.
Anyway, he's like super. He's not cross-eyed. He's like out eyes.
Oh yeah. I think I know the character you're talking about.
Yeah, and so we were like, that's who did your alignment that week.
It took 3 visits for Nick to find.
Oh, Mr. Deeds, that's what it was. I was way off. No, Big
Daddy.
No, is it Big Daddy the other one where he like ends up with a kid on accident?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. That sounds funny.
Yeah, isn't that Big Daddy? Someone correct me. Am I crossing up my genre?
Oh no, they're all saying Mr. Deeds.
No, Mr. Deeds is the peanut butter and gumballs guy with the cross eyes, but Oreo pizza? That sounds great.
What?
That sounds like a
dessert.
dessert.
Italian Fall 3 got canceled.
Anyway, I actually I'm gonna task you with this because I just came up with the idea because you're not taking vacation this week because we need presence here in the office and stuff to be done and make sure that there's someone here. I want you to, while we are gone,
Join the U.S. Army. I want you.
Uncle Sam wants you. I want you to build a computer while we're gone.
Okay.
What's with the laughing?
It's like, oh, okay.
Wait, what is that for? Are you gonna like review it afterwards?
Well, you have access to basically any of the parts that are out there.
Yeah.
Because anything you build, we can take back apart if we need the parts for something that was slated for something else. But I just want you to build a computer.
34090s.
You can't even fit 390 or 34090s
right.
if you wanted. I just want to see what you come up with. When we come back from vacation, we'll just
rate it.
We'll rate your build.
Okay.
It's like, I guess.
Nervous laughter. I'm in danger.
I'm in danger.
I tried water cooling, but all I got were
goodness.
a couple fittings.
As long as you make sure that the power supply is turned on before Jay gets it, then you'll be doing better than my potato builder.
But you have to
no look power.
But you have to build it. You have to get the BIOS and everything optimized.
Okay.
You've got to have Windows installed. Any software needed for your stuff. I'm gonna go through there and see is it set up properly? Is this an A to B build? Because I remember when you went and helped your friend build a computer, and you said it took you like 8 hours or whatever to do like a standard build, and that was with you helping him. So.
Oh yeah. That was like my first one ever.
And I think that's still like you built like what 3
or 4 around past.
Okay,
then,
so you should be able to do this no problem.
I'm kind of just defaulting to the Gundam build at this point.
Don't rebuild that.
just put it back together.
Why? Because you want to stick that as your system now? Oh my goodness, your system is starting to get a little bit dated.
I would like some RT cores, please.
You have some; they just aren't great. They're even called RT accelerators. Like even NVIDIA doesn't call them RT. Well, I guess they do call them RT cores, don't they?
Yeah, they call them cores, and then AMD calls them accelerators.
Accelerator sounds cooler.
Probably because C stands for NVIDIA and A stands for AMD.
Watch LTT video if you need help.
Great.
Or the Verge video.
I would like some LTT booster pack, then, or RT booster packs.
But if you break anything, you bought it.
Oh.
I mean,
why would you be surprised by that? That's pretty fair.
I broke a 4090.
Oh yeah, he could just lie.
You bought it.
Yeah.
I fixed it.
No, you could just say you broke it and take it home, and then never say you fixed it, and then enjoy 3 million FPS.
Just an entire box of broken stuff. Like, hey, dude, this is all broken.
The whole Gundam build. The whole Gundam build's gone, and it's like, what happened? I broke it.
Everything.
I broke the whole thing.
They all broke.
And it's all you see like a picture in his house, and it's just like right there on his desk.
The only problem with the Gundam build is depending on the CPU on that's I think 10th gen.
Oh, he's building it, so you can put whatever you want.
I know. I'm just saying, I'm not giving you build the fastest computer you could possibly build because that'd be too easy, honestly.
Yeah.
I kind of want to. What I really want to sort of critique is the components you chose and their balance of cost to performance.
Oh, okay. So I can't just be like, and then.
I mean, you can do that, and I think that's how a lot of people build.
Yeah.
But I just think they go to the store and I'm like, I'll grab this and this that says it's compatible. But
this looks cool. I want to put it in there.
But I mean, let's say you take a Z790 and you put a 13100F in there. I'm gonna be like, bruh, So
like Mark's original motherboard.
Yeah. So I just think it'd be fun. I don't know how many views it would get, but I think it'd be interesting to see how much have you sort of learned about parts optimizations and stuff through osmosis.
Yeah.
So I have to vlog that.
No.
Oh,
you can
so
just build it.
Just build it, and then
if you want to grab some clips on the vlog camera, of you picking the parts, and then be like, "Oh, I'm gonna put it together now," and then literally be like, if something happens along the way, this isn't working, grab some of those clips, just vlog style it. perfectly fine. And then
The
we'll make it.
microphone auto turns on when you open the camera.
Yeah.
So you're
Make
set.
sure it's charged because it was dead the other day when we went to use it. Yeah, I don't know if chat wants to see that, but I do.
I kind of want to attempt water cooling too if I have a whole week.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know. That's what I thought.
The problem is now there's a real chance of you breaking something.
Yeah.
Yeah, like an actual non-zero chance.
The problem is my water cooling stuff is not organized. It's very disheveled. So
Yeah, only Jay knows where all his water cooling stuff
Yeah.
exactly
I was
is.
like, I
'cause-
thought, yeah, I'd probably just hold out. Like,
like I would like
Can he phone a friend? Can he phone Mark?
the thing is
Because remember, he did the NXT BLD, so he could be your guru.
the thing is yeah, but that wasn't custom water cooled.
No, I know, but I'm
we
just
just
saying
had
for
a treasure
building.
map.
Just for
I
building.
can build it.
I'm gonna check his PC's history and it's gonna be just Linus Tech.
Or you'll find the BLD kit manual out, out from
The
storage.
irony is that would work for just about any build.
that BLD kit manual, no, we're like not joking anymore. Like that manual is actually amazing. Like it was one of the coolest things I've ever seen computer wise. Just full color, really clear directions.
Yeah.
They talk about every little nuance that you need to know and nothing that like you don't need to know. You know, what I mean? It doesn't explain memory timings, but explains, like where the notch goes
Yeah.
and like make sure that you skip a slot. Like
Yep.
which is something that a lot of people
Yeah,
don't
what
do.
channel to use for RAM.
It's literally just a comic book version of one of our build guides.
Yeah.
Which is probably way more
I honestly wish they kind of like sold it separately, but obviously that would defeat the purpose of the kit. But yeah,
I think it would be neat to challenge you with a water cooled build if I knew where like the soft tubing fittings were.
Why don't we put the water cooling aside till we get our water cooling cupboard set up?
yeah. Then you could make it a Meavers and
We're
Nick
getting a
water
cupboard?
cooling.
Oh yeah, that was my idea.
It's not checked out already. Jay can't even. remember
Everyone that's ever been on vacation
Yeah.
and works any job
A
knows
job.
that the closer you get to that final day before you either leave or go on weekend before it, you are like, dude, I am not 1 foot out the door. I am like, this is the door, and I'm like this right now.
I have like a big toe in the door still. That's it.
Well, when we're done here, I got to get the audio uploaded to like Spotify and whatnot, and then going to the gym because I've to be a little bit less guilty next week. I got to make sure I maintain my routine this week, and then when the gym's done, that's it. It's just like peace out. You know what I mean? I've got all the videos that are going live, like between technically today's video all the way through when we're back from vacation, edited, annotated, like all the descriptions, the tags, the schedule, it's all up and ready to go. So literally I don't have to do anything regarding that. But no, what I was going to say is tasking with the water cooling stuff, it's not just like it's all over the place. It's the fact that you're not going to be here 8 hours a day. So
Yeah.
you'd be surprised how long it could take you for the first time.
Oh, I believe it because I've seen you build. So,
No.
like,
Don't take my speed into
I
account
just
for how
have to
long.
make it even slower than what you would do.
The problem with like some of these builds, especially when it's new hardware, like we just shot a video today. So you now know how long it'll take for this video to go live. But we just shot a video today of me putting a water block. I put it on Instagram, actually, the photos. I put a EK water block, the Vector 2 block, on a Strix RTX 4090. And it was really easy to install that. The problem is that block, it took a while for that block to become available. And then it took a while for me to actually order it. But it took a while for that block to become available. Now that I know I'm going with a 7950X 3D, I've got to wait for that CPU, which isn't coming out until like February 28th. You know what I mean? So
Wow, Kerbal Space Program 2 is launching before your CPU.
yeah, but it's not
Oh,
but the CPU wasn't announced 3 years ago.
Yeah, you're right. To be fair, though, that'll be a great test for that CPU.
All the math.
Yeah. Kerbal, I mean, yeah, like no computer runs Kerbal past like 30 FPS if you build any rocket that looks cool enough. Obviously, when you just do one tiny rocket, it's gonna, it's not gonna lag.
Can I have a definition of cool, please?
Yeah.
At least 4 stages and 8 boosters.
Oh, okay.
All that liquid cooling.
Yeah, like my Peter North Star.
Wow. Oh, yeah.
The Peter North Star 4.
I remember that one.
Yeah.
It was
It
giant.
literally has 8 SRV, like 8 space shuttle SRVs, and then freaking 4 space shuttle tails, just as fins, and then like 4 stages.
I like
or something.
how my fix to anything wobbly was just add more struts.
That's everyone's fix. I'm waiting for a real space company to do that. I
Yeah.
want to see like more struts on an SLS or something.
But if you guys are wondering about my build I'm doing to update Black Ice, which is really starting to show its age now, well, the OS is pretty fragmented at this point. I get a lot of stutters and weird stuff.
At that time to
Yeah, the OS is definitely. It has seen several. It has been transferred through a few systems, so it's just got all kinds of registry crap going on in there. But anyway, I'm excited. AMD 7950 X3D. I've never owned or used an X3D. A lot of people were surprised that we didn't get a 5800 X3D CPU to play around with. I just never bought one. They didn't seed us one. They were very low quantity when they were first made. Never bothered really following up on that because I was like, well, it's one of their more middle range CPUs. I had 5950X and stuff like that in my systems and whatnot. So I was like, I don't want to go backwards on the core count.
But now you're just.
But now that they're going to have the
AF,
flagship 7950X 32 thread CPU, right? 16 core with simultaneous multi-threading and V3D cache. I cannot wait to see it. AMD advertises up to, and of course the up to is always small, up to 24% faster than Intel's best gaming CPU. And I don't know if that's the 13900K or the 13900KS.
Probably the KS.
Because the KS is their 6 gig variant.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean that's only 100 megahertz more, but
I know, but it's their 6 gig variant. I don't know if it's compared to that, but I'm excited. I have not had at home an AMD rig since 2013.
Jesus. Oh wait, hey, perfect. It's 10 years.
Is it? Oh yeah, 10 years.
It's exactly 10. Well, I mean, I don't know what exactly.
To the year.
But,
it was
to the year.
It was probably around. Yeah, it had to have been around this time. You know what? I'm going to look it up right now because I have to also look at the time that it took when I made the change because I did a 3770K was the Intel CPU I switched to from my FX CPU.
It was a good time to switch from FX to Intel during that era for sure.
Well, here's the thing: I couldn't afford Intel.
Yeah.
And so, the fact that they were, let's see, JayzTwoCents, 3770K.
My 2500K was like the last processor I bought that didn't have hyperthreading because I couldn't afford the i7.
It technically says 9 years ago because I haven't hit that exact 10-year marker yet.
I think if you hit show more, it'll show the actual date.
I'm looking. June 2nd, 2013.
Cool. So you have till summer for an actual exact.
I'm not going to take that long. I don't want to take that long. I want to get it done.
Knock on wood.
No, here's the problem.
Yeah. Mom, get the camera.
Here's the problem. The second I tear that rig down, my live streams on Twitch stop.
Yeah.
Because that's my rig.
So you have to. You have to do a hot.
And I'm not going to grab like one of our other towers that are built and try and like set it up temporarily because I'm just not going to go through that. So I'm going to bring it here. Those are the videos we're going to shoot. It's going to probably be 3. I'm thinking 3 parts. Not including the water block install. And the reason why I'm doing multi-parts before you guys do, I want multi-part videos. When I did a poll recently asking, like, what are the videos you guys like watching the most? What is it you miss about our channel? What would you change? And a lot of people, enough to catch my attention, were saying, we love Phil's montages, but we miss your long format when you talked about a lot of the intricacies of building those custom systems. So you're going to get that again. If you don't like it, then don't watch it. That's how that works.
You could probably just watch my video then, because then.
but it will end with a Phil montage, which is always a befitting ending to a beautiful build. But and I understand because getting away from the single or the multi-part and going into a single video, unless the video is going to be an hour long.
Yeah.
We had to chop it up and cut out all of the like building process and just show you the montage of it happening.
Because believe me, Jay will talk an hour and a half in a video if you let him.
I'll talk an hour and a half in a video and you still have to chop it down to 25 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
So have to condense it, give them spark notes.
Yeah, usually, but that's actually a pretty good figure. Or usually our longer videos that are like 25-ish or more.
They're at least an hour of talking.
No, at least like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Like usually an hour and a half.
And that's why inevitably something ends up in the cutting room floor that I said, but it didn't make the cut. And then someone points out, hey, you should have pointed out blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, but I did, but it didn't make it in the cut.
Because I feel like that ratio of footage to final video is like pretty mind-blowing for like a lot of people that have no idea about this stuff. Because like even our regular 15 to 20 minute videos, that's probably 40 to an hour of footage. Like, every single video. So yeah, there's a lot that gets cut out.
Actually, this is June 2nd was my video. Because people were mad. They were like, oh my God, why'd you switch from AMD to Intel? Like they were mad because I was like one of the few people on YouTube. Now this is back when I first started my channel. I was 7 months old at this time, 8 months old. People were like, why'd you switch from AMD to Intel? You were like one of the last people still using AMD. And I had to do this rationale. It said why I chose Ivy Bridge 3770K versus the 4770K. And that's the thing. The 4770K was out when I bought the 3770K, but I moved to 3770 because it was cheaper, obviously, because it wasn't the newest thing.
Right. It's like buying a 12th gen right now.
Again, couldn't afford it. You know what I mean? but I'm trying to find.
And we're not saying that, you know, buying a 12th gen right now is a bad thing. Like, you know,
Oh yeah, here it is right here. So it's got only 44,000 views. I love it. This video came out. How could it be the same day? June 2nd, 2023. I don't do same day uploads. Did I do a same day upload? That's rare if that's the case. Like 2 videos in one day.
yeah.
I never do that. Oh, is this on the... No, this is... Oh, wait, is this the vlog channel? This can't be the vlog channel, is it? No, this is JayzTwoCents. June 2nd. I uploaded 2 videos in the same day.
Nice.
I never do that. Maybe I should start doing that. 9 videos in one day coming. Income. Income? It's like that video of the guy that was singing everything one syllable off.
Oh God. Yeah. If you guys want to have a laugh, yeah, go look for what was it? Singing one syllable off or something like that.
One syllable out of sync.
Yeah, one syllable out of sync.
Oh,
On
it breaks your brain, especially if you know the song.
Jay Foreman, I think, is the dude's name. But yeah, like he has a comedy bit where he sings like a bunch of Beatles songs exactly one syllable out, and it just sounds so wrong.
Folks are
so
there's
funny.
some people in chat I'm seeing saying they would love to see longer format, like the unedited, like uncut versions of our videos on like Flowplane or something. I can't. Do you know why? Because we are 3 non-politically correct people in here. That just, when we know we're filming something that's for the B-roll, but we're not going to like use the audio, we cannot re-air what we say. We can't. Do you know why? Do you know why? Because we have a memorandum of understanding in this room that does not translate to the internet. And do you know what? And do you know what?
You guys are not in this room. I'm sorry, but that's just the fact.
You were viewing the room. You were not in the room.
Yeah.
The thing is, the sad part is, I know for a fact, if
just-
we were able to air that stuff, like just the joking around that we do, people would love it. Because it's like dudes ribbing each other in a bar, right? But there's a small group out there that would absolutely not have it. And then they would demand that our entire lives be over. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And they're not even that bad. Well, sometimes, but
that's debatable.
Oh my goodness.
That's all. I'm not going to say anything.
I know. As I'm talking, it's like there's like this red light going bing, bing in my head. It's like, stop talking.
Also, I feel like people think that an unedited video is just it comes out of the camera already
Like
making
one
sense.
big old clip.
Yeah.
No,
And
you
it's
have to still chop it up.
I would have to cut a longer version specifically for Floatplane. That would be a completely different video, you know, or not completely different, but you know what I mean? Like it's a different version of the same video. So it's like now you're editing 2 videos. And then one version is potentially like blackmail.
Well, Peter Jackson did it with Lord of the Rings, so the original and then extended editions.
Dude,
Someone doesn't like where our sign is and wants us to move it. Do you think we should like move it for them?
No, make it brighter. Make it bigger.
I don't understand. I've watched plenty of live streams and stuff. It's just front and center, like it always is.
Yeah.
I've watched plenty of live streams and stuff, and I've never once decided to like, hey, I'm gonna talk and say they should change something about them because I don't like it. I've never done that in my life.
Put shoe on head.
Oh yeah, that one guy did that, huh?
Yeah, to some cam girl or something, and then she did it, and then it went viral.
I just never been that way. I've never been like, hey, I don't like that. Make it different.
You don't backseat anything. You don't backseat game or stream or drive or you know.
I don't get it. It's just foreign to me.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't. Your brain just does not arrive to that conclusion.
No, because my brain goes, oh, I don't like that. I choose to ignore the fact that I don't like it. And you know what's funny? There's a lot of channels that initially I'm like, I don't like this. This is dumb. And then 4 hours later, I'm like, this is awesome. You know what I mean? But yeah, I've never been that way. But anyway.
Well, the sign's slightly off now. Just to
No. What was bugging them is the fact that it's getting their attention.
Oh.
They said it was too distracting, so they wanted me to put it on the wall behind us. Like, that doesn't get it out of the frame. It doesn't change. You'll just look at it on the wall, and then you'll bitch about it up there.
You do realize this is a podcast, right? So you don't have to look at us. You can just
They forget.
just like switch your tab, you know, go whatever. Don't even have to see us. Just have to listen.
A guy says the sign is done because after the stream it will forever be on the channel, not live. Do you know what happens when you watch the news later?
Yeah, and it still says it.
It's not live, but it's still relevant. Oh my goodness. You know, there are folks out there that you go, I love what I do. And there's folks out there that make you go, I wish my fist could go through the camera.
I saw this tweet like years back that just put it the best way. It's like, I'm going to get so rich when I invent a device that lets you punch people through the internet.
It needs to be a button, and then the monitor itself just like whack, it hits the person. Because I'm telling you right now, I would wear the button out.
HDR punches.
Oh my gosh.
You got to upgrade to
40 punches?
Yeah. Dude, it's like the Xeneon Flex. It's all a giant curved fist that just squishes your head in all directions.
Oh, man.
Do you know why it's not on the wall? Because I don't want to see a goddamn wire going down the wall. It's a white wire.
Yeah, the wire's ugly.
And I'm not going to paint the wire.
And you can't drill through that wall.
Initially, that's a
Concrete? Is that concrete?
Oh, that's wait.
Nope.
Next door's like, what? What do you want?
I couldn't remember if it was that wall or that wall over there. It's concrete. But no, I don't want to see a wire going down. I don't want to put a channel track there. I don't want to do whatever suggestion you're about to write that tells me how I should do it. Okay, I don't care. I don't care. It's a sign. Okay, people, it's a freaking sign.
So Jay's topic is how much he doesn't care. How much
He could go on about this for about an hour and a half, though, right?
And then I gotta chop it down to 15 minutes. So everyone gets
And then
mad.
at the end of the hour and a half, I'll walk out and I'll come back in. And another thing.
Yeah, he's gonna come back. Oh, that becomes,
All right, guys,
then
welcome to part 2 of Jay's
it
rant.
becomes long format.
Long format rants.
I also want to point something else out. We're not on air.
Yeah. Well,
We are not a radio.
unless
We're not even attached to Wi-Fi with that.
unless somebody is watching via Starlink, and then we are technically going through the air for them, or some
You
other
cannot
satellite
tune
internet.
into us. Well, I would say you can't tune into us on your radio, but I guess if you have not internet radio, but like your phone attached to your radio in your car, you're listening to us through the radio right now.
Right.
Stop proving me wrong.
Oh my gosh.
I guess technically we're also on air if anyone's using Wi-Fi to watch it.
Someone said in chat said I should grow an afro. Fun fact: I used to be able to because I had very curly hair when I was young, like very curly.
I cannot. Actually, no.
You've seen the picture.
Yeah, I've seen the picture.
I have an Afro J picture on my phone, actually.
Fro J.
Fro J, yeah. That one was with my grandma, and she also had a fro. But no, I have very.
With the curlers and everything.
I think it's actually in my favorites because I've referenced it so many times because I was tired of looking for it. The problem is, yeah, right there. Look, Fro J.
Oh yeah.
Fro J.
Tight.
Chat can't see it because it's too small. But
It's like literally the same size as
I don't know if
Nick's.
chat will even be able to see that. But
You want me to run it up to the camera?
you can look. No, from that far away, you can see the face and the big brown poof around it.
Yeah. It's literally like size
Yeah,
reference.
go show the camera.
It's the same size as Nick's like afro right now.
Yeah.
It was at least that size. Yeah, I had very curly hair, like yours actually. And I could definitely, like,
I don't know if this is gonna be in focus, but
well, you have. That's 13.
that, right?
That's 13-year-old Jay. Yeah, I was a little tubbers. I looked a lot like the kid from the Sandlot.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's like the person that popped in the
dude, that truffle shovel, no.
No, not that. That's not Sandlot. That's Goonies.
Oh yeah, oops.
But I was asked to do the truffle shuffle a lot in school. But anyway, my hair as it goes gray, and people know this, hair that is gray is almost like perfectly straight. So if I tried to grow an afro now, it would just look like I was a mad scientist. It would look like I got shot.
You'd have to
I would look like
Doc
Rick
Brown?
from Rick and Morty.
Rick, yeah.
Okay.
What are you doing for Halloween?
Oh, dude.
I'm not skinny enough. I'd just be fat Rick.
That would be hilarious.
So
I'd have that like green puke.
It's a
always right
multiverse,
there.
Rick. dude. Like,
A multiverse?
Yeah.
More like a multi-fat Rick.
Fativerse.
Someone said you look like Chunk from Goonies. I know. That's why that was my nickname growing up. You're bringing back trauma. Stop it. I never wore Hawaiian shirts for that reason. And you think I'm kidding? I'm not.
Oh man.
But here's the thing.
That's pretty
But
valid.
here's the thing about that photo. Look, can you tell that was my grandma? Look, we're just two peas in a pod.
Yeah,
I can't see
for
the
sure.
resemblance.
Yeah, yeah. Like Jay's apple, like the tree was here, and Jay went.
right next
Like,
No,
to
I
it.
just
straight down.
I would say I just fell down to the next branch, but that might be like that might imply something else.
Oh,
I will.
roll tide.
We won't go. Roll coal, you mean?
No, because that's Alabama's thingy.
Oh yeah, that's right. I don't even know what that means.
I don't know either. It's their university's thingy.
Is it?
Slogan.
Let's Google it. Let's find out.
What does roll tide mean?
Let's get educated. Hold on.
Dead air.
Oh no.
It's we're not live on the air when we're dead on the air.
Yeah, we can't have dead air if we're not on the air.
Well, hurry up. Google faster.
Okay.
Your fancy brand new tablet from Micro Center.
Refers to carry on as a greeting or to other fans or as a means of showing excitement over something. So
Yeah, but what does it mean? I know what it is.
Bama athletics.
So instead of no cap, can we just Roll Tide?
No, because
No,
cap
it doesn't work with that.
means I'm not
So
joking.
it's
or
a
I'm
phrase
not
trademarked
lying.
by University
No
of
cap,
Alabama.
Roll Tide.
It doesn't work like that.
No cap, Roll Tide. That's
Oh my
bussin'.
god.
Oh no.
I'm not even Gen Z and it's hurting my brain.
Am I doing it right?
I'm gonna need you to reach behind and clear CMOS real quick.
I literally,
Yeah, reset Jay
there's an
real
actual
quick.
button back there.
Just pull the battery
No,
out. Dude.
no joke. I teased my teenage daughter about bussin' so much
You
that
kept
she
saying
quit.
busting, right?
No, I just kept using it out of context, like incorrectly on purpose, to the point to where she stopped saying it.
Oh, I'm gonna do that.
That's funny.
Yeah, she gets very mad if I say it now, and she won't say it.
So it's just a cheer used by the rally fans, or to it's a cheer used to rally fans of the college teams.
Yeah,
for
but
University
that
of
doesn't tell
Alabama.
you what the phrase means. It just tells you what it is.
But you need to probably look up the origin of Roll Tide. But
Yeah.
you know what? I don't care anymore.
Yeah, it's been too long.
Circling
moment
back
has
to your
passed.
long
now
format,
chat,
you don't
chat
care.
knows exactly what me and Jay's ADHD attention span is. It was
This is
about
already long format. It's a 90-minute show.
4.5 minutes.
By the way, I noticed one of the reasons why I moved the show sooner was because of the fact that we didn't like having a little bit of overlap with the WAN show.
Yeah.
Have you noticed the WAN show is getting later and later and later?
Yeah, it's like they
I'll see it
ran
go
away from
live.
us.
I'll see it go live at like 7:45 p.m.
Jeez.
And then one time I
We're
got
in the
on.
same time zone as us too, huh? Because they're
Yeah,
on
they're
the
same.
web-
We're
yeah.
same time zone, the Pacific.
Wow.
But one time it was like 4 hours later, and I like clicked on it just to see what the topics were, because I will like on long drives and stuff. I will listen to WAN show. I like listening to them talk.
Yeah.
And so I clicked in, and it was like mid topic. I'm like, what the? They're still live 4 hours later. It was weird to me. Like normally they were very structured with the
Yeah.
amount of time it lasted, and it kept getting longer and longer and later and later. You know what that means? That means they enjoy making the show.
Yep. It's a good sign.
The only reason that we like cut the show off exactly at the 90-minute mark is because of the fact that I have stuff to do right after the show, like go pick up heavy things and repeatedly and put them down.
And then put them back down. Yeah.
We have the Bluetooth thing, so we could just phone you in at that point.
No, you do not want.
Mid-set.
No, you do not want to hear me working out on the phone, because it sounds, when people talk at the gym, it sounds a lot like you called them mid something else.
Yeah.
Okay, especially if they're on a treadmill. I called Brian once and he was working out, and I was like, "Are you busy?" He's like, "Just at the gym." I'm like, "Oh, okay." He's like, "I'm on the treadmill or the elliptical or something." I was like, "Oh, okay," because I was like, bro, you didn't have to answer.
Oh no.
I did not like the mental image that popped into my head.
Oh no.
You did to
Because
yourself.
Brian,
I didn't-
because Brian is like my brother, which makes his wife like my sister. And you know what? Just like teachers don't leave the classroom. Your best friends and stuff, they don't have sex lives. No, no, they just sit in the closet until you're ready for them as a friend, and then they come out.
And then a stork delivers the
Stork delivers your the baby.
yeah,
Just my daughter believes babies come from Walmart. I'm not even kidding. My youngest.
Damn.
Yeah, she.
maybe that's me.
Parent talk. So,
Why not Target at least? Come on, upgrade a little bit. Jeez.
No, I'm not even kidding. I don't know if my wife's not listening. She's taking a nap right now, so that's good.
But
But
got me at Fedco.
no. So my youngest is at that age where like they know babies come out of a belly, sort of, kind of, but
Right,
they don't know.
that, like, big
they don't
belly
know how
baby.
it gets in there or any
Yeah.
of that, right? And I'm fine with that. That's perfect.
For now.
My oldest child is going to be 14. We don't need to. There's enough unsaid to smart kid. Okay. So one time,
Just way to put it, yeah.
my wife, her cousin, and my oldest daughter, my youngest daughter were either in the car or watching TV or something, and then someone on the TV said blah 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 virgin, and my youngest goes, "What's a virgin?" My oldest starts cracking up. Now I don't know exactly how it happened, but to defuse the situation of trying to not answer the question, somehow it turned into a virgin is someone that's never been to Walmart, because my daughter believes babies come from Walmart. So now right now she still firmly believes virgins are people that have never been to Walmart.
Dude, how is that?
And it's hilarious when she talks about
that's
it.
That's freaking funny.
Because I've heard like randomly, maybe once or twice with my kid in the backseat or whatever, and you'll hear the word virgin on the radio or whatever, just randomly in songs or something, right? And then she'll be like, they've never been to Walmart. And it's like I want to laugh like you are every time, but I want to maintain the innocence as long as possible.
Walmart?
I don't know. I don't know how it was Walmart. Now my wife's cousin who was helping in this situation is from Tennessee. Walmart in Tennessee is not like Walmart here. I think it's worse actually.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, as a dad, I'm just letting it be, because that's no.
At least the return policy is good.
No questions asked.
You get the baby from somewhere else, you can still return it at Walmart.
Now somebody just asked, "Oh no, have you taken your daughter to Walmart?" Yikes! No, we don't shop at Walmart. We're Target people. But I can imagine.
This is a Target family.
But here's the problem.
Target family. Damn it.
No, it goes Kmart, Walmart, Target, right?
Yeah.
So anyway.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Kmart.
Kmart still?
No, not anymore.
Oh, okay.
There were.
Yeah.
We went there once during Christmas shopping, like 5-6 years ago at least. Man, I walked in the store and I was like constantly looking over my shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like if there was ever a ghetto store. I don't know if all Kmarts were this way. When I was a kid, Kmart was not like that.
It was like Kmart and Smart and Final were super like sketchy.
Yeah, no, Kmart was just like the general store, and it wasn't. It was like going into Big Lots today or Pick and Save back then. It wasn't bad. It was just an inexpensive store. It's just something happened along the way. I think Walmart happened, honestly. But no, I'm thinking right now, like we all know, there are thoughts and memories that as kids follow you as adults. And you go, man, I can't believe I used to think. Like, we all have it. Maybe you can't.
It's called trauma.
Okay,
or
you're probably
memories.
Right. But the point is, you probably can't point it out right now exactly what that is, but something will trigger that thought and go, oh, yeah, I remember as a kid I used to think.
Actually, no, you just did trigger
I'm
one.
hoping that my daughter is old enough by the time she goes into Walmart, because I'm worried she's going to walk into Walmart and be like, I'm no longer a virgin. I'd be like, oh my God. You know what I mean?
She comes home like that. I'm not a virgin anymore.
But imagine Walmart already has the website, The People of Walmart. Now imagine you're walking in as a family and there's a prepubescent kid going, I'm no longer a virgin. Yay. It's like
in the entrance. Like right next to the door greeter and everything. She's just like,
yeah, you're gonna give that poor greeter a heart attack.
Just like let the greeter like, this is her first time at Walmart. Yeah. Just let it go.
She's very excited to be here.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's so funny.
I heard the toys are already open here.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Walmart.
See, the problem is when you let stories like that just plant their seeds. It's like when you tell a lie and then you need to tell a lie to cover the lie.
Yeah, then
you can't keep track.
Too deep, yeah.
No, it's definitely in too deep. Just like the old music group.
That's gonna be funny. Whenever. Hopefully it's years.
I kind of want to, but I kind of want to like be there just to see. I know.
I don't.
Yeah. Jay's not there. We're there. Just popcorn and chips and stuff. Just watching, just to see how awkward it would be. I was gonna say you reminded because that reminded me of a Reddit thread that was like, hey, what's one thing that you used to believe as a kid that you now realize is really dumb? And the one thing that you reminded me of telling that story was that I used to think that like a car would not switch lanes unless you turn signaled.
Oh, really?
And then honestly, I kind of wish it worked out.
Yeah. BMW owners, pay attention.
No, because my mom told me that that's how it works. She was like, "No, you can't turn." And then
that's like the episode of the Simpsons where Homer lost his license, but the car still started. He's like, "Woohoo, it worked!" Like, he thought the car wouldn't start. He didn't have his license.
On the dome light being illegal too. Remember, like, you turned on the dome light, it's illegal. You can't turn it on. It's just your parents not wanting you to turn the light on because it was annoying.
I can't just grab a memory as a kid that became disproven later. But I can tell you, my oldest kid, the one that to this day she still feels really weird about. I told her once when she was about 5, where she was just eating watermelon like crazy. My kid will eat watermelon like nonstop.
Oh, is that the seed thing?
Yeah, and I told her here's the thing, I sell it. When I go to tease my kids and play prank, I sell it. Remember, I had to buy my daughter a new phone because I scared her so good she shattered her other one.
Yeah.
Okay, so she was sitting there eating, and we were eating at the table. I look at her and I go, well, stop. She's like, what? I said, are you eating the seeds? She was like, yeah. I'm like, I'm like, babe, she's eating the seeds. And my wife caught on and she was like, uh-oh. And she's like, what? I went, if you eat the seeds, the watermelon will grow inside of you and then it will rip out. And she was like, starts crying. She starts busting out in tears.
That's horrible.
And my wife's like, he's kidding. I'm like, so to this day,
It was no cap.
to this
but in
day,
fact,
you
it
watch
was all cap.
if you ever you should get the kids watermelon while we're gone. Watch her. She'll like pick them out.
So, to this day, you traumatized her for life,
Oh my
dude.
gosh. Why?
It's like my friend was sitting in this giant, one of those like giant like fixtures in a mall, but it was like a big whale. She was sitting in the mouth, and then like her mom couldn't get her out because she was having so much fun. She was just like, the mouth is gonna close. If the mall closes, she's been terrified of like open water since.
It's like that video of that kid in the convertible, and the dad's like, it's gonna eat you, and she's like, nah! It's all closing on her.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure I've sent that clip to my friend.
So yeah, the
Oh, that's horrible.
the rate, like the intensity at which he sold that to his kid, that the convertible top was going to eat her,
Yeah.
is how I sold the watermelon
so
seeds to my kid. And like I said, this is like 9 years later, and she's a teenager going into high school. Yeah, think about that. If you guys have been following me long enough, remember little Jay farting on me, only 3 years old, in my video. Yeah, she's going to high school.
I'm glad my parents don't have a video of me farting on somebody.
Well, I had the Yeti mic. She was sitting on my lap, and we would do these daily vloogs. We would just talk in front of the camera, like, "What'd you do today?" And I kind of miss doing those. But she was just like,
You got the Nick
she was
sitting
like,
on
"So, Dick, what did you do today?" But anyway, she was like, "Blah blah 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 blah." And I was like, "You farted on me."
You
And
have
she's,
a button for it.
oh yeah, she's like, "Ha la 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 la." I was like, "You farted on me." And then she's like, she starts cracking up like crazy. I can't believe that kid is going to
Apple still doesn't fall far from the tree.
high school. No, she doesn't.
That's weird. That's weird.
My oldest
Yeah,
kid,
no.
when I would like fart and stuff, she'd be like, "Oh," she'd crack up. My youngest gets mad. Dad. I think it's because my oldest woke up to me farting in her face like every day. No, so look, I'm immature, and I always right. So when my oldest started getting older, like beginning of elementary school, middle of elementary school, towards the end, she was like harder and harder to wake up. See, before you used to be like, wake up for school, and she was like, boing, like spring out of bed, like, yay, it's the morning, and all happy. And then the guy did like, now I can fart on command. It's a weird super talent that I have, but I can fart on command. So I'd be like, wake up. And then she's like, so it got to the point where I think I did it so much because I stopped getting reactions. It was just, it was like, wake up.
the sigh.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I haven't done that in a long time because it didn't work anymore. But my youngest, I tried it with her a few times. She gets mad, like mad. She threw a pillow at me.
Wow, dang.
Yeah, I was like, and then she threw a pillow. I was like, oh,
That's
she's a girly girl.
the difference between waking up and choosing violence and just waking up.
Well, I think
No, she chooses violence. You know her.
Jay is farting the violence into the situation, though.
true.
Like,
Remember when I was leaving yesterday? I farted, and you and I both went, "Whoa!"
yeah,
It was high def.
Yeah.
'Cause I was wearing gym shorts.
Oh,
You're used to hearing them through
a couple
denim.
of my friends that are watching the show right now.
that 4K
Like,
Dolby surround.
no, a couple of my friends that are watching the show right now literally got the text right after you did that.
Really?
no.
Telling you
What did it
they
say?
did. I was just like, dude, it was like Dolby Atmos sound. And that's why, because that was the whole reason I was editing, and then I heard it, and I turned around because it was such a clear sound. I was like, what is happening? Like, I thought he was playing something on the computer, but then I realized, oh, gym shorts. Oh my God.
Gym shorts are like.
And then that
the-
mental image, and then I was just like, yeah, never mind. I don't want to think about the physics of how that came out clear.
The mesh.
Well, I squatted.
Oh.
I did the whole like
Like,
I
I'm
squatted.
not even joking. It was literally like you lifted the 6,000 to 8,000 hertz range. Yeah, the 6 to 8 kilohertz range was like, it just sounded clearer and brighter with more air and like and bigger sound stage.
It was a happier fart.
Yeah.
Okay.
THX enabled.
No, yeah, it was like finally getting a good pair of like Sennheisers or something. Like, I'm not even joking. It was that different of like clarity between
I
like
wish-
jeans
Now
and
look.
gym shorts.
Now here's the reality.
Oh.
When I look at the analytics on every single live show we do, my subscriber number's negative. We lose subscribers every show. And I'm okay with it because those people apparently don't have a good time. But I bet you if I could overlay the unsub with the fart talk, I bet you it would line up.
Oh yeah, yeah. because there are some people that are just like, I'm too mature for this. This is ridiculous.
I guarantee there's someone in here right now that's already clicked unsub, but they're still in here and they fall in that category.
Or did they get banned?
Dude, I've seen people like post and tweet.
Oh, I
about,
wonder. Yeah, maybe Jetman's just banning 50 people a stream. I don't know. Jetman has a heavy ban hammer. Sometimes I feel like I need to pull some weight out of.
Stop. Those are our subs, dude.
I mean, I don't think it's as heavy as what I was doing like way back when you started streaming.
Someone's like, "Hi, Nick." Banned.
Wow.
He looked at me funny. He can't even see you.
That's mean.
But I know he was banned.
Yeah. He's back again. Banned.
Maybe I should have you mod my streams.
You will have no one viewing.
Yeah, I know. I already have no one viewing. What are you talking about? But
So it goes live. 100 viewers. 10 minutes later, 12.
Yeah. Like, what happened? What did you do? I was like, nothing.
You look at the log. It's just Coconut Monkeys. Ban, 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 ban.
Oh, that'd be funny.
Jetman says sometimes, but not lately here. I know, because I did tell him, like, just let it roll. Let it roll tide, buddy.
Oh my god.
I mean, I like Jetman's like band style because it's just don't be stupid. If you be stupid,
We cannot enact a don't be stupid policy because I'll have very few subs if we do that.
which is why his band hammer's so heavy.
I need to find that sign. I want to put it in the background.
Don't
like,
be stupid?
Please, no dumb here.
Oh, right. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we
So
did.
that is a joke in itself, right?
because there's 3 dumb here.
No dumb here.
Together we make one
It's
smart.
a good thing.
No, we have odd dumb, which is perfect because even dumb can be an equal fraction of smart.
My head hurts. Oh yeah, you're right. Okay. No, yeah, it makes sense.
So if we have 4 dumb, we might be 1/4 smart.
yeah, but now we're wait.
So that
no.
means we need 16 dumb to make 1 smart.
So we need to hire. Wait, what's?
No, I didn't say I'm not paying for more dumb people. I employ enough dumb people.
I'm not paying. Somebody clip that. There's a sentence. What's Jay's hiring policy? I'm not paying more for dumb people. I already got 2 of them.
Every business should have that policy. But
Yeah,
the problem is if it's in writing, then it's at that point it's
No dumb.
discriminatory.
That is kind of true though. But yeah, I mean there are. I've worked with some dumbs when I was working in the restaurant industry.
I have been the dumb as well.
Yeah. Same. I think all of us.
There's
have.
probably been 3 jobs, maybe 4 jobs in my life that I've actually been fired from. And you know what? I deserved all 4. At the time, I didn't think that way. I did
I've
not.
never been fired. Dang, you got fired.
Oh yeah, I was like in the middle of doing my job, and they brought me a check, and we're like, "We're done."
You're dumb, and we're done.
No, literally, it was like
We were promoting you to customer.
That's funny.
no. I'll tell.
Promoting you to customer.
I'll tell one of my firing stories. So it was in between like doing it was after I worked at FedEx, but before I started getting into IT and stuff. So I was just floating around to a lot of weird jobs, and I just was like, I need to pay the bill. So I took whoever would hire. And I got hired at a metal machine shop, like a fabrication shop. Small mom pop kind of thing, but like a lot of automated CNCs, a lot of manual mills and things like that. And my job was just to clean the shop. Just to clean the shop, like degrease the machines. I learned very quickly, you do not wipe the metal scrapings off the table with your hand because they get stuck and they're blades, and I cut the crap out of myself. They showed me like how to brush it off and all that. And I thought I was doing a pretty good job. After like day 4, I was in the middle of like sweeping, and the boss came up and he tapped me on my shoulder with the envelope with the check. And he was like, and I was like, what's this? He's like, we appreciate your service, but we're going to go ahead and say goodbye. And I was like,
Dang.
oh. I thought I was
so
doing a
blunt.
good job, but you know what? Apparently he didn't. I look back at it and I don't know, maybe the machines weren't clean enough. I'm not entirely sure, but
Maybe they just realized that, oh crap, we actually can't take on another employee right
It's
now.
possible.
Was it it was like a super small business?
yeah, there
or
was
something?
maybe like 6 employees.
Yeah, okay. So maybe it was one of those, those cases where they're
Yeah,
like,
it's
"Dang
possible,
we
but
should-"
it was definitely like, okay, one, only having that many employees, they technically fall under many of the employment laws.
Yeah.
I don't know if people know this or not. You technically need to have, I believe it's 15 employees to the first level of like employment laws that really kick in. And then at 50 employees is where like all labor laws and stuff kick in.
Right.
So with as small as they are, like for instance, I broke my arm in a motorcycle at a dirt bike accident once when I was a delivery driver for a tire company. We were one of the third-party delivery company for like Kenda Tire. And so I broke my arm doing extracurricular stuff, was immediately like, okay, let go, because they couldn't be without their driver.
Yeah.
And I was like, you can't let me go. Family Medical Leave Act, blah, 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 blah. I have an injury. But talked to a few lawyers, absolutely, because the company only had like 9 people in it. They could absolutely replace me and not protect my job. So stuff like that. But yeah, it's I lost my job for that. That wasn't fired. That was just like, I don't know what to tell you. The guy's got the job now. You know. But yeah, I've probably had it.
It was a layoff, but literally with just one person, basically.
Yeah, and I think I've probably had 20 jobs in my adult life. Jeez. It was only the last 2 that stuck. IT and this one. Now, if I get fired from this one, I quit everything.
Hey, Jay, I think the boss is complaining about you.
Hey, how do you get fired on your day off?
Jay has to look in a mirror and then fire himself, tap himself with the check.
How would
could
that
you imagine?
work?
Could you imagine the HR interview with Brian?
The exit interview?
Like, no, you're not firing yourself. What do you mean? No, you're not allowed to. It's like, wait a sec. What is?
I feel that'll be like a Ricky Bobby scene. Like,
yeah.
like,
No, there would be some.
He probably
Don't
just
do
slapped
that,
Jay.
Ricky Bobby.
There would be immediately slap Jay. Just like try to snap him out of it.
There would be some severe monologuing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be like that scene in a Liar Liar when he's like kicking his own ass in the bathroom, but it's just that with words.
Yep.
Oh my! How would one fire themselves? I guess technically
That
you
would
just
be
you just resign.
Yeah.
You just
quitting.
resign. Yeah. Huh.
That doesn't sound as exciting as firing
Firing
yourself.
yourself.
Which one of you would take over if I was like, I'm done
Like
Right.
as host, or as
doing what I do?
Oh, geez.
Because I do more than just host.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
I think it would probably have to split between me and Brian and Nick. Like all 3 of us would have to take like different parts of your job because there's like because your
don't
job
know.
obviously isn't like you just said, it's not just host.
You do know Brian and I want that now, right?
What? Oh.
All of us splitting my job. not me out of the picture, but like
I was like, wait, what?
Wait.
I didn't hear
no,
about
like
this.
no. We would love to spread out the duties, especially the chat. Push 1 if you'd like to see these 2 in front of the camera more, because you know what that means. I'm behind it more, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I really am.
Dang it. No, I'm kidding.
Phil,
I don't-
your last video, you got nothing but love, man.
I know, but it's just yeah.
I'm gonna drag my intro. I'm just gonna like slowly roll into
The whole
thing.
video is an intro.
Yeah. I'm like,
Yeah, it just ends.
do I have to do this? Yes, you have to do it. The people wanted it. I'm like,
The people have spoken.
Yeah.
Look at all those ones. Look at all those ones.
Look what you
There's
started.
a ton of ones in chat.
There's a 3. Hold up. What's a 3 mean?
I don't know, but there's enough ones to drown out all the joke answers. So
I just fire myself.
no, ideally, it would be you guys hosting topics which you're passionate or know enough about.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be like, okay, Phil, let's go ahead and have you do today's rigid tubing bending.
Yeah.
Now, does Phil want to learn on camera? Probably. Phil likes to learn stuff. Would he
would be
want?
funny.
Would he want to take on the responsibility of like, okay, let's curate today's topics and get them all filmed and stuff? Probably not. But if they're topics that you know enough about, then
Yeah.
there's like, what do you know a lot about? You know a lot about like the drone stuff and the drone build. We've had a lot of people. Even one of the email topics that we're going to talk about today is ask specifically if we've thought about doing more of those types of topics.
Yeah.
Now my answer is
And
usually
a lot of VR stuff too that like I feel like because it's such the things that I'm into are super niche compared to like the just general tech topics and stuff like that. So I
they
think
are
that's
super
why-
niche, but what I was just about to say is like we've done those one-off topics like the drones and stuff like that, and they never perform super well. They don't perform bad enough to make me say, okay, we should never do it, but they don't perform super well because until they become a regular part of the channel in some way, they remain niche.
Yeah, and it's a change that the people that hate change are just like, I don't want to watch this. It's not computer.
But
video.
what people really have to understand is that we do have more passions than just computers here. Like that, and we have to be allowed to express that,
No, you're only allowed to water cool things.
And you're sounding like some of the emails I get.
Yo, but water cooling a flight controller on a drone?
Why?
What'd you say?
Or the VTX?
Did you say water cooling the drone?
The flight controller.
The flight controller? Or
Would reducing its temperatures increase your battery life?
you
in
can
any
let
way?
it
You know,
sit
it's already
and-
very air cooled, right? Like by virtue of the fact that it's flying through the air.
Now
at
imagine how air-cooled-
99 miles an hour or less. Hi, FAA.
Now imagine how
Under
cool it
400
would be.
feet.
Yeah, exactly. 399 feet or less.
Now imagine how cool it would be with all that air going through a radiator.
Sorry, what?
But then you
All
have
the
to,
air blowing down
but
from
then
the
you
props.
have to drag the. Oh, you mean use a drone as a fan?
No, I mean like let it be a water cooled drone.
Oh, dude, the radiator would be so heavy.
It would have to be like a 7-inch.
At least, yeah.
7 or
and it would
10.
be very scary, and you would never get it within a mile.
Oh heck no! I get scared watching Cletus's videos.
Yeah.
If those that don't know, when I was younger, I had an RC plane crashed into me very dramatically with a punctured leg and a slice down my. It was bad.
We're talking about like the nitro powered ones, not like an electric one. They didn't have electric back then, so they were all.
No, mine was it was electric. That was
Was it
crashing
electric?
me. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a nitro plane.
No, it was electric.
Dang it! It cut
was-
you up that bad.
It was brushless. But yeah, the problem was that the nose cone on his P51 he had already crashed that day, so it was all broken. So he just left it off.
Oh, so it's all. It was just the bare metal, like the
It was the shaft of the propeller sticking out.
right.
So that's what impaled my leg when he crashed into it. But then the blade of the propeller went and sliced into my leg when it stopped. And so that's why there's still scars on my leg. The other day we were telling this story, and my personal trainer was like, "Hey, are there any scars?" And I held my leg up, and they're like, "Oh yeah, there it is. You can see the line in the hole." And like, I was like,
Maybe
"Great."
it's a good thing I haven't flown the 5-inch around him then.
No, I won't go.
Yeah, no, Jay will just straight up not go for sure.
Look, when I was flying my own drone by me, as it went by, my hair and my neck was like,
Even though you're in control.
even
of
though
it,
I'm in
yeah.
control of it.
and
Look,
viewing it from the drone.
being in control of it does not make me feel better.
You're right. It just means it's your fault.
Because don't forget, when I was struck by his P51, mine was still in the air and I was flying. So I had to land that in the middle of all that chaos. By the time I landed and I looked down, because I was wearing flip-flops, like the blood that was going down my leg into my foot and filling my flip-flop like a bowl was pretty gross.
Blood.
blood. No funny.
Blood.
Oh my god, that video is so funny.
Jeez.
All right.
That's a great topic. Just blood.
I kind of want to see that though. Now that you mentioned
I have
it.
a picture of it somewhere, and one of my hard drives sticking in storage or whatever. Somewhere I have photos of it.
One of your birthday cakes, I got to get like little model P51s and then like have them
Blood frosting?
red icy, red frosting, a flip flop, like an edible flip flop.
No, here's how. But here's how you know there was a lot of bleeding, because the blood was like ketchup colored,
Yeah, like really thick.
real thick.
Yeah.
very like.
Yeah, that was like
coagulated.
when I gashed my hand open with a plate glass window. Yeah, it was. I was like, wow, it really is very red, and I'm colorblind. Also, ow!
Also, ow.
It really didn't. The pain didn't kick in until I cleaned the
Like
wound.
sharp cuts don't kick until later.
Yeah, and
It's
plus I
weird.
was like, it was like super adrenaline kicked in because obviously, the sound of glass breaking automatically just puts you on alert. And then, I was all worried like, oh, the neighbors are gonna think I'm breaking the house, even though it's my
the glass broke and
trying
you
to
had
get my
like a
house.
solid snake, like jink with a little
Yeah.
exclamation point.
Caution 99.99.
And then I still had to climb through because this was the kitchen window. I had lost my keys at the beach. I was trying to get in the house, and then basically the story is I was applying pressure on the window pane.
He realized plate glass window can be bent.
Yeah, and so I was like, "Oh, cool! The latch is almost free if I push a little harder." And then it snapped, and then a giant chunk went into my hand, and then left a piece of glass in there for like a year and a half. But yeah, there was blood everywhere on the side of the house. It was very red. So yeah, I know that ketchup color too.
How long did it take to get the window fixed?
I don't remember actually.
It's rumor has it, or legend has it, it's still broken.
Yeah, probably. No, I
All
think
right.
it was pretty soon.
We're going to move on to the FTFA, which is the From the Freaking Audience. This is where you guys can write us your emails to contribute to our show. So that is rtfm@JayzTwoCents.com. Keep it short and concise and something fun to talk about. So first here we've got James. He says, currently driving back to college at Texas A&M from California. What's the longest road trip you've done and how was it?
Isn't that the root beer? Oh, I was saying
No,
W.
A&W.
No, A&W root beer. The
Don't say
M is up.
W.
Yeah. You got to flip the M.
Ignore that sentence. That was really dumb of me.
I guess that's why I can't put no dumb here, because
there is dumb here.
There's no dumb.
I can't do that sign for that very reason.
What's the longest road trip you've done and how was it? Wait, that like you've driven or you've been?
I guess just been a part
Oh,
of.
okay.
Because like I have two technically. One is I was a teenager and I was a passenger, and then the one I took.
Probably up to like the top of California, Mendocino.
Oh yeah, right there.
Yeah, like all
like
up
up by
there,
Mount
up there,
Shasta
yeah.
and all that.
Might as well be Portland, basically.
Might as well be-
Yeah, but it's not because it's like just a really tiny town. But I think from like SoCal to Mendocino was like probably the longest one that I've been on. I've been to Arizona before, but I don't know if that's longer. Because California is a very long.
It's very long. You can
So
drive.
turn it
You
sideways,
can
how
spend just
far
as
that-
much time driving in California as you can in Texas.
I remember it being around like 8 or 9 hours or something.
Yeah.
At least.
Well, it's got to be at least that because it's that long to San Francisco.
It was like, yeah.
It's like 13 hours, and you can still be driving in California.
Yeah, I remember I came back from Salinas recently, and like the whole time you heard me complaining about, oh my god,
Yeah, yeah,
I don't
that's
want to
right.
drive anything for the
Oh,
next
was it
week.
that trip?
No.
Oh.
No, that was the Mendocino one. Was like I was like super young. It was like a little family thingy. But
What about you?
Texas, from here to Texas.
How long was that drive? About 20 hours?
18, but there's 3 of us, and we basically only stopped for gas and for restroom. And we were just like, whenever someone got tired, we just pull over.
Don't mess with the sign,
swap.
man.
dude, the audience can get mad.
Oh, bummer, boo-hoo. So, yeah, anyways, yeah, we just like nonstop
So
from here to Austin, Texas.
the
been
longest
dope.
the longest road trip I've ever been a part of was I think I was about 13, 14, around the time that picture was taken. We drove from California over to like Zion National Park in Utah, and then from there back across like Tahoe and all that to California, up into Oregon, and then back down.
Jeez.
But the thing is, that was over like a week. You know what I mean? It wasn't like a straight through
Oh,
shot.
yeah.
Yeah, I think the longest road
So you
trip.
did like
Yeah, we basically did like a
L?
A U?
No, like we blessed the West. So,
yeah, exactly.
but no, I think the longest I've ever been a part of like for driving was probably our trip to Portland
Okay.
to PDX.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that one, how was it? Well, they were throwing fish at me, and they know
yeah.
sardines, and they know that I don't.
That
You
didn't
guys can
feel-
go look that up.
That was fun. It didn't feel as long as Austin, though.
Because every time we were driving, I looked back, you were like,
Yeah.
I just had to deal with Josh and all of his like what if questions.
Is that what road tripping?
Let's just say-
he just keeps asking what if.
Let's just say when that guy's bored, does his mind go to some places?
Well, you see, back then I didn't have like my portable gaming with me, and I figured I'd try to be part of the conversation. But by the time it got to my turn, I was already like,
So you saw, remember how I took over driving? Because we were going over the mountain when it started to snow.
you guys were just peer pressuring me to go faster. Yeah, I remember. that.
We were
and then
the-
you literally were like, "Give me the wheel."
No, we were in a Lincoln Navigator.
Oh God.
And it had his desk set up, like our chairs, our towers, like I think the chairs somebody had for us down
Yeah.
there. But anyway, we had our
We just had
towers, our
towers.
monitors, like 3 of us had Skunkworks with me and all our parts and stuff. And this Navigator was loaded down, right? So we were just like trading off after every few hours. I think Josh started and then I did. And then you did right around the time we were getting up towards like Northern California past Sacramento. And it started raining. Then we have to go up through like the Redwood area. It turns to like snow, like slushy snow or like rain. And then it started like snowflaking and coming down. And it's funny is like, you can even see this in the vlog. There's a whole vlog of this. He's like this on the wheel.
Yeah.
Right? And then he's going like 45 and literally big rigs are passing us.
Oh, dang.
And he had never driven in that kind of weather before. So I'm in the passenger seat. I'm like, dude, come on, go faster, faster. And he's like, and I'm peer pressuring him to go fast, at least like 55, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, no. He's like, this is safe. I'm like, no, dude. I'm like, we're being passed by a fuel truck. Let's go. This is uphill. And he's like, So I finally get him to start going faster. I'm like, dude, slow down. Why are you going so fast? So I kept like doing the typical like bipolar thing.
Backseat driving.
And anyway, I think he drove for 25, maybe
Minutes.
30 miles. And then the next fuel stop, I just was like, choink with the keys. I'm like, I'm driving. And you were like, that's fine. 'Cause You didn't want anything to do with the snow through the redwood.
Dude, yeah, that was like me I was on the Pennsylvania Turnpike and I had to drive the car and it was like pouring, like
Yeah.
freaking like monsooning basically. And I was just like, okay, I've never driven in this weather. This is gonna be interesting. And so that's why I was laughing so hard. I was like, I get it.
The worst weather,
That sucked.
the worst driving weather I've actually experienced was up in Syracuse, New York. And I was driving to my sister's place at the time. They were in Watertown, stationed out there in the Army. And you know, along the snow belt can also be downpour belt, right? It's the same humidity that fuels the snow, but only in the summer, it's a lot of rain. So I just was driving along my little rental car, like a little Ford Taurus or whatever. I was just like, oh.
For the audio people,
Oh.
he's sitting in his chair pretending to hold a steering wheel and slowly sliding back and forth like he's drifting unintentionally and hydroplaning.
No, there was a lot of like, whoa, okay, wow. But no, the scary part was like I was driving along, and the downpour got to the point to where I could not see very far past my hood.
Yeah.
So I'm just like driving like 40, and then I realized like there's all these cars like stopped in the center divider. I'm just like, maybe I'll do that too.
Yeah,
So I pulled over because I was like, the locals are just like, we have to wait it out.
Yep.
And you know what? It's like 10 minutes.
Oh, nice.
And then it was like, it opened up, and then the sun was like, the God rays coming through, and then you're being blinded by the wet road and the God rays bouncing off of it in your face.
That's funny. At least you didn't end up on like a freaking snow pile up video. Like
No.
Yeah.
because those are the people that don't see that. Like they see cars stopped and they're like, they're stupid. And they keep
Well,
going.
my initial thought was like, are they pulled over for an accident, or are they just waiting this out? And I realized they were waiting it out.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. It's a lot like almost like the tropics, where up there a storm can come, just pass through, and then be gone. It was very, as a Californian, it's very weird. Anyway.
It was still weird. Yeah, I've been to Florida like twice, and every time it was just like, what do you mean it's gonna rain in 10 minutes?
Yeah.
the trees are just blah blah blah.
It's a real life rainforest
10
cafe.
minutes later, after that, it just looks like Need for Speed Heat with the sun out and like all shiny, but the road's all wet and everything. And I'm like, okay.
Well, having
I
been
guess
to
that's
Orlando,
what it
you know,
does.
So it's Rainforest Cafe then.
yeah, yeah,
Just like a
just without the forest.
Yeah.
Or the cafe.
Everywhere's a cafe if you're brave enough.
Having been to Florida
more crazy
now,
people.
what, 4 times? They went to Florida 4 times. I've learned that when I feel the first, I'm just gonna find
take it
cover.
serious. Yeah, take it seriously.
And then, it was crazy because downpour, separate, sun, steam. It was
The steam is a
Yeah.
weird thing too because we never see that here.
no, rarely.
Because it doesn't rain hard enough and then sun hard enough right after.
Well,
down
the
here.
sun is way more intense in Florida. They're way farther south than us.
Yeah.
Anyway, but no, I would love to take a cross country trip. My problem is I don't like being a passenger in a car. I definitely have control freak issues there in terms of driving.
I couldn't tell.
You're okay with it. But I also can't drive long distances and not get drowsy. So road trips and me, not exact. Now give me some like NyQuil and just be like, Jay, go to sleep in the passenger side. I'll be like, okay, I'm trusting you with my life.
That's when you just gotta like slow down, then like Phil and I will just like scream on 3 to see if you wake up.
Oh my god! No, you gotta find like when they're towing the semi truck backwards.
Oh yeah.
And then get really close to it and then scream.
What you guys would get is me going, ah! I would literally sock you.
And then it goes back to sleep after. Because he's so drowsy.
Just driving with a black eye.
Literally holding it.
So this one's probably more of a question for Phil then. This comes from Roy. He says, if VR could put you into any fictional world or game with full immersion without side effects like nausea, where would you go and why? He says his would be World of Warcraft, because of role-playing, of course, so I could look at Arthas in the face during the raid. Or I'd visit a D&D city called the Radiant Citadel. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, you're right. It is a me question because I don't get nausea when I'm in VR, so it does fully immerse me.
In the beginning,
Yeah,
but
you get
not so much
VR
anymore.
legs.
Yeah.
Some people don't, which kind of sucks because, you know, that like not being able to enjoy medium. But anyway,
I'm thinking about my game.
I have to think of something that I haven't played in VR because I was gonna say Elite Dangerous, but I already know what that looks like in VR.
Yeah.
So I feel like I did try a third-party VR patch for Cyberpunk, and it was surprisingly nice to literally just walk the sidewalk and look around in the city. Like it felt like it really did feel
More
like
of like a tour.
yeah, kind of like when I lost myself in Tokyo, or like, you know, just walking around and like
You probably wouldn't be able to play that game very well in VR.
Yeah, it was really annoying trying to aim a gun with your head because that was how the mod worked. Was like the crosshairs were tied to the head. But anyway,
You're all,
yeah. So that's why I was like, you know, like I don't feel like doing missions. I'll just sightsee. And like honestly, it was a cool. Like it was just really cool to see the architecture and look because you never really look up that much that often in the game.
Yeah,
but
right.
when you're actually like in VR, you know, you have that same reflex of like looking around at the city you're in, and it was pretty cool to visit like a city that didn't exist, but get that vibe of like the architecture is all kind of the same, but like different from everything else. And it's like, because I feel like that was like one of the things that I learned just like, you know, from the travel that I have done is that a lot of the world feels the same, but it's also like, it's like a 50-50. This feels the same, but this feels completely different and looks completely different. So I like that vibe. So yeah, probably Cyberpunk's world would be really cool. And I'm trying to think. It's hard. What environment?
I was thinking Cyberpunk as well, just
yeah.
because I mean, you got Pacifica, and then you have like the rich areas. Like Okay, the architectural
Plus the
differences.
cars are cool
Yeah,
too. So at
the
least we
clothes.
at least
I
we
want
still got that.
to. I want to walk like the downtown alley area,
Yeah.
like the market, the street market.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
I would
yeah.
like to explore that in VR.
And like the financial district where it's all super nice, and you have that underpass with like the glass. And then,
Yeah.
Like there's an underpass there's an overpass for the freeways that has a transparent floor in the center of the financial district. That'd be cool to like look up and see cars above you.
Yeah.
So, but I think that's probably because I think that's the most recent, really well developed kind of like world building that I've seen in a game in a while.
Yeah, because it would have to be a world like to
Yeah.
really.
I mean, Horizon Zero Dawn was an awesome world, but I wouldn't want to live there because obviously it's post-apocalyptic, so it's like that doesn't sound fun. Yeah, exactly. All these robots are trying to kill you. Yeah, I guess it would be Night City then, and because the GTA games aren't really that interesting that interesting to be in VR because it's just an XP of our cities in real
we
life.
kind of did that already.
It's like I can go drive 40 minutes and be in Los Santos in real life,
But like, I also feel like the Cyberpunk, you could probably turn into a street photography fun too.
Yeah,
Like, just,
Oh yeah, with the camera mode.
yeah.
But like,
there's a lot of,
as
like,
VR,
cool
like you
views.
could actually be in it instead of just like, hey, where can I free cam too kind of.
They
deal.
should do that in the mod, like give you a hand track camera so you can literally just hold up a camera and start taking pictures and stuff. Yeah,
Oh, we
that'd be-
got Karoshi eyes for that, dude.
yeah, you're right. So yeah, I guess Night City would be our answer. Yeah, it just I don't know. I like city life and it's a cool cyberpunk city. It's also very depressing, but I mean, just don't go to the depressing parts of it, I guess.
To not bite though, but I'd probably even say Monster Hunter. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Just like to see the scale of what you're fighting.
Oh yeah, that would be kind of cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely one of the things that always like it still never gets old in Elite is like when you come into the one of the star bases or something to dock and you realize like, oh, that wall over there is like 2 kilometers away. It's really big, You're like just
The
to
space
see how big
station.
something is, and it's like it's something you can't explain to somebody if they've never been in VR. That like, what do you mean you can see how big it is? Like, no, you can see how big it is, dude. just watch, turn it on. And then you do the T-Rex demo, and then they scream. But yeah. I guess Night City is probably the last world that I've like played that kind of caught my attention like that.
What about you?
Leisure Suit Larry.
Oh,
You would?
okay.
That's funny.
For those who don't know, it's a game where you're Larry and you're just going around looking for love.
In all the
best way
wrong
to play.
places.
That's the first one. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. That was the second one. The first one was Leisure Suit Larry in the Land of the Lounge Lizards. No, I would
PC
probably.
games were different back then.
I'd probably second his World of Warcraft because, especially if it included all of the expansions that are out now, because obviously as the game got older, the expansions area looked a lot better.
Right.
That looked awesome.
Artists get better, the tech gets better.
Yeah, and World of Warcraft's one of those games where they have made periodical graphical engine upgrades without having to change the entire base coding of the game. So you get like. I didn't realize how much they actually had changed the game until I played Classic, and I was like, "Oh, okay, they really changed the game."
And it's funny because I don't follow World of Warcraft, so when I saw you playing Classic, I was like, "Yeah, that's exactly what it looked like to me." But I haven't seen any of the new stuff.
And for those who are geeking out right now, like, "Oh, he played Classic." No, I played it for like 2 days, and I was like, "Nope, my World of Warcraft days are over." So
Not going back.
Never going back.
Long story. Watch last week's episode if you want to hear why, because he explained it there.
I've spent 10 years in World of Warcraft. I'm never going back in a world. Okay, this one comes from Valerie. It says, "Why are
Valerie?
Is it Valerie? Valerie? I don't know. The picture was of a male, so I don't know if it's Valerie, whatever. I don't know if this is ESL also. It says, why are too many tech and appliance companies are implementing smart functionality that requires app or Wi-Fi connectivity? I don't think it's a problem. Personally, I think some folks probably look at like smart appliances and stuff like that. It's just like, okay, what the heck? And enough is enough. They look at it like RGB.
I think like a good example was, remember when I was like, what the heck is the point of a smart fridge? That sounds like such a stupid idea to me. And you're like, dude, we have like our calendar and our notes on it all the time. And I was like,
Yep.
oh.
Yeah, we have with the screen and everything
then
on
it
there.
clicked to me.
And then even little fun things like my girls like to leave notes on there, like little sticky notes and stuff. It plays
So I was
YouTube
like, okay,
videos.
fine, I get
we
it.
never watch videos on it, but it can play videos.
Yeah.
No,
You
here's
can
the
tweet
thing.
from it.
No, here's the thing.
I've seen somebody tweet from a smart fridge before.
Now, we don't really use this functionality, but you can, and I know someone probably does. There's cameras in the fridge that like can actually look at the items and scan the items and say, oh, I recognize what these are, and say, hey, you're low on this. Do you want to add it to the cart, et cetera, et cetera. So we don't use that function, but I think it's neat. As somebody that's I always find it weird to me that we get questions like this on a tech channel where you would think like things tech are cool, but then they push back against tech. Like I would expect a question like this from like my 74-year-old mom. I have no idea how old this person is, but to me, this could have been written by my 75-year-old mom.
That's funny.
So
I do.
I love
on
tech.
some level, though, I get them because remember I did ask you about the friend.
Yeah.
I was like, that sounds so stupid. They're like, why? And then you said why, and I was like, oh, okay, makes sense. So yeah, I guess it's just there's a lot of use cases that may not apply.
Washer
to
and dryer. Let's just say, like, I have a 2-story house, and a lot of people do. But let's say the laundry room's upstairs, which is ours is, and you're downstairs doing chores or whatever. You're cooking dinner or whatever, and do you want to run upstairs and be like, is washer done? Oh crap, it's not done. Come back downstairs, or do you want when it's done that it sends a notification to your watch or whatever that's like, ding, the laundry's done. You know, which is nice. And the thing is, if you get one of those double units that are also a washer and a dryer, you can even tell it to start the drying cycle right away. You know, or you could have it functionally do that on its own. There's a lot of really cool stuff. Like my house is fully automated. I'm not one of those people that's afraid of like, oh my God, but the government could be watching you or Google could be spying on you. I make a living on YouTube. Google's already spying on me. Okay. So I am in a use case where I'm like, look, I don't have privacy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've already.
I don't have privacy. All of you know more about me than I know about any of you. So I don't have privacy. So I've just accepted it. I'm like, okay, I love the fact that right now from my phone, I can control any aspect of my home. I can lock the doors. I can unlock the doors. I can set the alarm. I can change the thermostats. I can check what is playing on the Sonos, which room is doing what. I can turn
remembered like at one time he was just like, hold on, I gotta restart my pool.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a brand new sentence.
I can turn on and off the pool, the lights, the landscape lighting. I can turn on the spa, like anything. The only thing I can't really do from my phone regarding my house is clean it and mow the lawn. And you know what? Someday that's probably going to happen.
Yeah,
It's
they
probably
already
Roomba for
have.
grass.
No, they do. They have. I've seen it. It's.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, they have it's an electric
How much
lawnmower.
is that? No, I'm just kidding. I can finally fire my gardener.
Oh my God.
But no,
That big of a lawn.
no, it's not. But I love tech. I love the integration of it. I don't utilize all of it, but I'm perfectly fine with it. Now, the second part of his question, like smart functionality, it requires apps or Wi-Fi connectivity. Well, one, how else are you going to connect to it? So if he's asking about like, why does it have to be connected? That's how smart works. Oh, look at that.
It's literally just a lumba.
Yeah, it just looks like a fat Roomba with big tires and some blades going around.
Overland Roomba.
I love that they use like the regular lawnmower tires.
It would have to be pretty good at like coordinating where it's been. Otherwise, you're going to have all these uncut parts. Because, you know, the Roomba doesn't fully cover your floor when it's sweeping. You know, you look at the map, there's a lot of gaps.
But you can overhang on grass, and you can't overhang on like a corner against a wall.
Yeah, that's true.
So that thing could at least, put 1 foot off the grass and then cut it all the way.
Yeah. What happens when a hacker gains control of your home? I don't know. What happens when a hacker gains control of anything of yours? So it's a lot harder to gain access to a smart home than you would think. So, I mean, this is the risk you all take. Everybody's got something smart, and I'm not walking around afraid of hackers. I just try to do everything I can to mitigate how much of that, like for instance, everything I've got that is smart in my home has like double redundancy on needing either access to my phone, my face, the phone number itself. Like there's a lot of 2-factor, almost like 3-factor authentication for that.
And it's funny because everyone.
Do you have an online bank account? If you do, what are you going to do if hackers get a hold of your bank account?
Yeah.
Or you're going to recover like you would anything else, you know?
And it's like a lot of people always think of like that hackers will go straight for the most difficult attack vector. And it's like, no, trying to break the encryption on any of your smart home stuff doesn't make any sense when you could just social engineer somebody. You know what I mean? Like that's how most passwords really get hacked for those big leaks.
The way
that
all my smart app stuff, I'm not going to say which ones they are, but the way that all my smart app stuff works is you can only access the account through like the Face ID stuff.
Yeah.
So even if you somehow got a hold of my password and all that, it's going to be like your location is not recognized.
I like that. I like that. Like some apps on iOS, I don't know if Android does this too, but they have that feature of like use the system's built-in biometric security in this app for more like layered security. You know, where it's like you can open the app, but to do something in the app, you might need to Face ID real quick.
Yeah,
and like I love that. I love that sort of stuff where you can just progressively lock things down even more. So even if you're sleeping and they unlock your phone, you know, and then you wake up and you're like, what are you doing on my phone? They can't do anything else.
Well, and then you get stupid comments like the last Rhino in chat. It's a smart home. Dude, those appliances are not smart. They never get security updates. Think about it. And I'm doing like the yellow M&M voice for him. Yes, they do. I can tell you right now on my app, I get constant notifications like security update or whatever, firmware update, blah, blah, blah for refrigerator, etc. Can't even use the device in the smart function unless you do the firmware.
Which
or the
actually
updates.
is, I think, the only like
That's someone that's
thing.
still walking around with their pointy tinfoil hat, thinking everything is working in some archaic way that he has it in his mind, but doesn't actually use any of it.
Yeah.
And stuff like that is super irritating to me, and I will always call people out like that because they're dumb.
Because it's like, dude, it's like a meme that like somebody posted their Traeger grill that needed an update before he could grill. And then it was just like, why is there no skip button? But like, yeah, that shows you that obviously, yeah, they all get updates.
If anything, I get more annoyed by how much updates there are.
Yeah.
Because like Sonos, for instance.
I just hate that they don't let you skip.
You cannot use your Sonos.
Yeah.
You can't like go into the app and do anything with it or even set it up until you do the updates.
At least like computers and phones and stuff let you at least defer, if not ignore an update, you know, and continue to use the thing. Whereas like smart devices, for some reason, it's just like, oh no, there's an update. I'm not gonna do anything at all. You know what I mean? Until you update me because I'm scared. And it's like, dude, like, why? Just let me grill.
This is kind of a stupid topic though, because like again, you get. I feel bad for a lot of these people I'm reading in chat and their way of thinking because they're so stuck in their way. Like another person in chat was like, but so many of these companies abandon updating their devices. So does every other thing that's ever existed that is electronic and has an account and a login and stuff. And you know what you do when that's the case? You disconnect it. You disconnect it. Or if you don't want smart feature stuff, guess what? There's still appliances that are not smart and they're not expensive.
Yeah, they make regular deadbolts too, and like
eventually, I think
openers.
eventually everything will be smart in some way. But we're not there yet.
Yeah.
So if you don't like it, don't use it. But what I hate is when people like go out of their way to try and like, I don't know, just poo-poo on something because they don't like it. And you know what? No one cares.
I will say I appreciate my router being able to update without me there. Like, or not my router, my net.
Your mesh now?
Yeah, my mesh. Yeah. I like how it's, because I have to I schedule it when everyone's sleeping because mom works at home and whatever. So I can't have to do it. Midday.
Oh, I don't have a smart toaster. Ryan Jay's talking about not wanting a toaster to need a cell phone. I don't have a smart toaster. It does have an LCD screen, but that's just because you can literally tell it like, oh, I'm going to do a bagel. I want this.
But the thing is, if you had a smart toaster, it could have told you that something was burning in it that one time. Remember when you had COVID and you couldn't smell burning?
That's right.
You came downstairs, you're like, oh my God, why is there all the smoke here?
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, if you did have a smart toaster, maybe you could have notified you.
Yeah.
Attention, food may be on fire.
No, if anything, my smoke detector should have told me.
Yeah, actually.
No, the smoke detector actually didn't go off. I think as I went downstairs, I was like, what is happening? It's like, oh yeah, something's happening.
Something's definitely happening.
Yeah. Our carbon monoxide detectors and all that stuff absolutely will like sound an alarm on our phone. So carbon monoxide though is not something you screw around with though.
Because you can't smell it. You can't tell it's there until
it's the silent killer, just like my farts. All right, moving on. Derek says some of my favorites coming out are Hogwarts Legacy, Son of the Forest, and Jedi Survivor. Feel Sons of Forest would be prime Twitch stream content for Jay, given the survival horror genre. Have you ever thought about creating side? Oh wait, I think he asked another part of the question before that I missed. I think he's asking about.
That's a different dude. You forgot to put the divider,
different.
so I'm doing it right now.
The what now?
You forgot to put this divider. That's two separate questions because this is a name right here.
Oh, there we go.
There's Derek and Jan.
Yeah. Some of my, no. Derek there was another line before that, and what he said was, "Are there any games that you're looking forward to playing?"
Oh yeah.
And I remember that because the reason why I picked this question was because of the fact that I just started playing them. So for instance, I just started streaming on Wednesday night. I'm doing an entire like Let's Play on Twitch of me playing the Dead Space remake because I've never played the original Dead Space.
I'm so happy that he's finally playing through the Dead Space.
I've never played the original Dead Space. To me, it feels like Half-Life meets Resident Evil in space. Like that's what it feels like.
That's pretty accurate. That's exactly pretty much.
Yeah, and it's awesome.
Yeah. With like crazy Scientology people.
Hogwarts Legacy, I've looked into it. I mean, my family, we like Harry Potter. We're not like Harry Potter like fanatics or anything. We just like Harry Potter. So I'm interested in seeing how that world plays out. It could be great, it could be terrible. Sons of the Forest, I have no idea what that is. Jedi Survivor, isn't that the
sequel to
Fallen?
Yeah,
Fallen Order was awesome. I definitely want to play that. You saw me. I played 97% completion. I cannot find the last 3%.
Yeah, even Jay, like I just casually like mentioned it. I was like, hey Jay, that new Star Wars game is actually pretty good. And then like later, like a month later, he's just like, oh, where's the last 3%? I'm like 97% complete. I'm like, what? I was like, I just finished the story, and then I was like, it was pretty good.
If you finish the story, you're only like 25%.
Yeah, because they pack in a lot of those more collectibles.
He says, I feel Sons of the Forest would be the prime Twitch stream content for given horror. So I have no idea what that is, but I gotta look into it because it says it's horror genre.
Survival horror.
The other game I really want to start playing, and I hope to get through Dead Space before this game comes out, and that is another thing I've never played, which I've always heard was amazing, and that is The Last of Us, because it's coming out on March 3rd to Steam.
Yeah.
And now, when it came out, I did not have a PlayStation or PlayStation 3 or anything, and it was a PS exclusive.
Yeah.
So now that the TV show is out, they're doing like a really smart marketing campaign where they're pushing the game to PC to open it up to new buyers.
And it's been Sony or PlayStation's been pushing for a lot of their exclusives to end up on PC afterwards too. So which
Makes
I love.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because obviously they realized, oh, that's kind of cheating that Microsoft can just slap their Xbox stuff directly on a PC. So they're like, crap, we have to put our stuff on
So
PC
an Xbox exclusive is still a PC game.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially because of the
Eventually.
Xbox app
Yeah.
and stuff, you know. Like Forza being on PC was a huge deal, you know?
It's so nice. The only bummer is like I can't buy it on Steam and let the crossover go to my console as well.
Oh, the save is separate?
Yeah.
Oh, the
I have
game
to-
is separate.
Steam
Yeah, it's
versions of
separate.
You can't play it on PC on the Xbox. Because
Yeah.
you can play the Xbox One
Well-
on PC.
Well,
No, the Steam version. Because if you have Xbox Game Pass for PC,
Right.
then yes, then it comes.
yeah,
with
that's right.
cross-save and-
That's right. I forget there's a Steam version and a Microsoft Games,
Yeah.
the Microsoft Store.
And like
version.
I found out, unfortunately, those saves are not compatible, so I had to start over in my Forza Horizon when I bought it for Steam. But you know, it's nice owning it instead of
No,
renting
ironically, I have both. So I have I have a Microsoft Store one because that's how I started playing it at home. But I have a Steam one that we use for our benchmarks.
Oh yeah.
oh, okay, yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
That's funny.
that Steam one has hours and hours and hours played of nothing but the benchmark.
Yes, it still has like 1,000 credits. Whatever you start with.
Yeah,
And like
it keeps telling you every time you log in.
That's funny.
What about you, Nick? Any games you look forward to playing?
Apart from Jedi Survivor, not really. I've just been diving back to I want to finish The Witcher 3 because
I couldn't get into Witcher for whatever reason. I tried, but I couldn't get into it.
I started at the start of like the COVID lockdown stuff, and then I kind of fell off because I started doing Destiny, and then like that became like a whole marathon. And then by the time I wanted to get back to it, Cyberpunk came out, which I was more hyped for.
Yeah.
Wait, someone said Marcus Brown chat saying Last of Us has been delayed again. I already pre-bought it. It said March 3rd. Are you sure about that? Can you look it up, Phil? See if it's got pushed back again. If anything, if it got pushed back a little bit, that's fine because I got to finish Dead Space, but I got to upgrade my system first, and I won't be done by March 3rd if it gets pushed back.
Oh yeah, 7 hours ago, Last of Us delayed by a few weeks.
Oh, that's not too bad. A few weeks being
Yeah, originally set
32 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't know.
As long as it is,
Oh yeah, they posted it today, literally 8 a.m.
Okay,
today.
I'm okay. First of all, I know there's a lot of people that are just like, this is stupid, blah, 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 not fair. Look, we've talked about this a million times. You get rushed games, you get Battlefield and crap like that. Okay, you get all the bugs and stuff that have come out with so many games, especially
Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk.
Oh my gosh.
Years.
Like Cyberpunk is a great example of a good game that was just it literally was underbaked.
It needed more
Like,
time to
you
cook.
Really, they really did need a whole.
You
other
can't,
year.
as gaming consumers, we can't demand perfection, but to be upset when they say the game isn't ready. Now, there's a lot of reasons why a game wouldn't be ready, but bottom line is, what is it?
March 28th.
Oh, that's fine. That's 3 weeks back from where it was.
great
3.5
example
weeks.
of a company having time to develop would be the Dead Space remaster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they already had
That's
a game.
been pretty critically acclaimed, right? Like everyone
yeah.
has been saying it's really
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
But the
That's a
thing
game
is, like,
that
it's
I
not
just get so like
yeah.
upset when I see people like complain that it was pushed back, but then also complain if a company ships a buggy product.
Gamers are a very toxic crowd. Like
They're not the same crowd on
Yeah,
like,
yeah. But
you know
I
what I
mean,
mean? So
but I mean,
one
like,
half speaks up depending on the situation.
there's a very vocal and toxic minority of gamers that like everything is just, the end of the world as soon as it gets delayed by an hour.
yeah.
And then it's like, dude, but then you launch a broken game like No Man's Sky or whatever, and then what do you guys do? Just freaking review bomb it, and
Yeah.
it's like, dude, like, shut up. It's just, but
I got to
anyway.
remember that Sons of the Forest. I'll probably forget what that's called, but I look into that.
I'm sure we'll remember after.
Yeah, remember
Or
for
maybe
you.
my
after,
biggest-
when you come back and then we're trying to do the doc for the next episode, you'll
Yeah.
see it and be like, oh yeah.
I'm wondering if it's co-op though. I like playing scary games in co-op with friends because it leads to shenanigans and stuff. But I've been enjoying Dead Space by myself. So, all right. Janrik says, have you ever thought of creating a side channel just for behind the scenes drone flying, silly experiments, or similar topics? So this is the question that I said earlier when we talked about the drone stuff not performing well. There's a question that kind of like led into that. We barely have enough manpower to fulfill what it takes to keep the channel and the algorithm happy with the size team that we have now. Look at the car channel. The car channel is just, that is not even a side project. That is just where I throw stuff periodically, and that shows you how slow the 68 build's been going, although it's happening. The engine's literally going in right now, but it's not a priority. The car stuff is a hobby. I don't want to make that work, but side channels for like behind the scenes.
Yeah, there's been entire projects for the car channel that like we haven't. It's just been indefinitely backburnered because we just ran out of time, and then there hasn't been time since.
I've done 2 car builds since then, the R8 and the RS6.
Yeah,
but I just haven't had time to even shoot anything about them.
Yeah,
and I want to, but the thing is, if I have to make a choice between a hobby that makes us nothing or work that keeps the company and everyone's paychecks and stuff afloat, I've got to go with that. Behind the scenes, believe it or not, there's not a whole lot of shenanigans that goes on behind the scenes that'd be worth a BTS. I really don't think so.
Yeah.
This isn't some...
It'd be hard to make a video long enough to make it worthwhile.
Or even entertaining enough, personally, if you ask me.
Because nothing happens when we're filming besides the fact that we're just filming the video.
Yeah.
Like,
it's tech.
We're
It's
doing
not
the
like
thing.
imagine what Cletus McFarlane's behind the scenes must look like. Just even extra, even better, even more shenanigans, I would imagine.
Oh, yeah.
The thing is,
Yeah,
their
yeah.
main channel is just vlogging the shenanigans, which is their whole channel is like a BTS.
Yeah.
And I'm so jealous of that format because it works for them.
I know,
But-
yeah, it's the corridor crew format,
Yes,
basically, yeah.
yes.
And it's like, yeah, those channels are super fun, but they're also, their work is kind of structured in a way to facilitate that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where like they know that a lot of the content that they produce is the vlog of working there on stuff and doing cool stuff. And so like everyone knows that they're going to be on camera probably at some point in the day, and they're all ready, and you know what I mean? That sort of stuff. Whereas like here, it's like me and Jay are here to just, Jay's going to record the video, I'm going to film it, and then, you know, Nick's going to help us out with other stuff like in the middle of filming that video. And then once we're done, and I'm editing it. It's a very just like, you know, there's not opportunity for shenanigans.
It's
really.
a very
not.
lean format.
Yeah.
It'd be different if we had multiple crews doing different things at the
You know,
same time.
shenanigans only really happen when we start having downtime in the middle of a shoot. Like
Yeah.
if like you're doing a build or something, it's just something tedious that we're not showing the audience.
But that's
then, yeah.
that's so inconsistent, and we already talked about why we can't air that stuff.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Sorry, guys.
Anyway, speaking of can't air, that's the end of today's show. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us today.
Yeah, we can't hear.
Oh yeah, we're just live on.
Or you could live
No, it's live on. When we're done,
on air.
no, it's live on. When we're done, it's live on. Everyone, live on. Live your best lives. Anyway, don't forget there is no show next Friday, whatever that date is.
We'll see you next Friday.
That is the
Second Friday?
the 9th. No, the 10th. That is the 10th of February. There is no show. Phil and I are both going to be on vacation, so yeah, go ahead and email us if you want. At
Nick records the show by himself. He just sits there and just.
I imagine it'd be an hour of just. So what do I want to talk about?
Let me just open the floor to questions.
No. It's an hour of. I want pizza.
Hey Jay, I did the show while you were gone. How'd it go? Good news. It went well. The bad news, you have no more subscribers. All right,
We'll
guys.
see you on the 17th.
Thanks for
peace.
watching.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, where's the button? There we go.